Good morning, folks. Adam Brown here in the raw with a cup of coffee first thing in the morning on my back porch. A little glare behind me that I'm going to solve for you. I'm going to give you some better stuff to look at besides like a blue brindle dog. Georgia. She got the puppy eyes down, doesn't she? Look at some of my plants that I'll tell you about in another video sometime soon. An avocado my wife's starting. Some palms and some succulents and some bonsai trees. And there's much more than this. This is just our little slice of peace and tranquility that we see when we come out our back door onto the porch. Last time in the morning meditation we were talking about depression and anxiety and how the only time you can make a decision is in the present time. And the depression is anchored to the past, anxiety is tied to the future. They are not. They don't exist in the present. If you are present and you're living in the moment, those things don't exist. They can't. They can't survive in the present. They have to have something that they're tied to. They got to leech off of something. They got to feed on something, right? So, in that vein of being in the present, there's some exercises that we need to go through to get there. Usually, when you're starting out new with it, I'm constantly in that process of beginning and developing and healing. It's a constant thing for me, of fleshing out and incorporating new things into my life that support my values. And how do we build those values, right? There's a lot of things to talk about with all of that, and it can be very complicated and very overwhelming, especially first thing in the morning, I'm sure. So let me get away from that glare. So I'm going to leave you with a simple thought about them. All I want you to do is pick one thing that you are resentful for, or one thing that you are angry about that you are hanging on to. Okay? And I want you to bring that to the table tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning's meditation. Because we're going to do about 10 days on this thing. And we're going to work through this one anger or this one resentment that you have. And I'm going to bring one to the table myself for you. Okay, so we're going to do it together. And I'm going to leave you with this thought. Unrealistic expectations are premeditated resentments. You will hear me say this again, I'm sure. And you'll hear me refer to other things along those lines. But unrealistic expectations are premeditated resentments. Pick a realistic, bite-size anger or resentment that you have. Something that just is edgy or irritates you a little bit or something. About somebody or a situation that you find yourself in on the regular. And we're going to work through that and celebrate the fact that you have recognized it and that you have that thing in hand when you do, because that means you have raised your level of awareness and you are aware of an anger or a resentment that you are holding on to that you want to let go of. And you have objectified that, right? You've separated yourself from it. It no longer is a part of you. It is something that you are holding on to that you need to get rid of. But it's not a part of you anymore. And celebrate that fact. And tomorrow morning we're going to talk about what to do next with that thought. So, an anger, a resentment, something that's realistic that you can get your head around, that you can see yourself letting go of. And if you can't see yourself letting go of anything, that's fine too. Bring that to the table. We'll work with that too, right? And hopefully, we'll be better versions of ourselves day by day.